call. Tonight we have Tara Castaneda on. She is a diamond with Plexus, and we're so excited to have her on tonight. So I'm going to hand it over to Sarah Spencer, and she's going to go ahead and introduce her.
Hey guys, just wanted to welcome Tara Castaneda. She's a Diamond Senior Gold. Yay for Tara. It is a pleasure to learn from Tara. Being on her team, she is full of wisdom and encouragement and love, and she's quite a business savvy brain. So I'm completely and totally excited that she is willing to take time tonight to pour into us, and I cannot wait to learn from her and y'all to experience what we get on a weekly, daily basis. Take it away, girl.
Well, okay, way to start making me cry before I say hi to everybody. Love you, Sarah. Hi, guys. Like everybody said, I'm Tara Castaneda, Diamond Senior Gold Ambassador. My husband's also a Diamond Ambassador. He's sitting across from me working on some reports. You can say, hey, they'll hear you if you want to say hi. But I am super excited to be sharing some thoughts that have just been circling in my head for a little while. I asked Sarah, I said, well, what should I talk about? Tell me what I should talk about. And she's like, what are your strengths? And even me sitting here, and I'm saying this for purpose, I said, well, what do you think my strengths are? And she had to list some strengths for me. And then I was like, okay, I think I can go from there. But we all need some affirmation from other people every once in a while. We all need to know what our strengths are from other people every once in a while, no matter who you are. So I love seeing that there's a group of you guys that is connected and propelling forward together. So utilize your strengths, reaffirm each other of your strengths, and with that, I'll go ahead and begin. So today we're going to be talking about the 4 cores, okay? The 4 cores. The first core of your business needs to be mindset. And if I keep looking to the left over here, I've got tons of notes I'm going to be reading off. But the first core of your business needs to be mindset. So I want you guys to take a self-pulse real quick. I want you guys to ask yourself, where is your own mind at? What are you thinking of most in regards to your Plexus business? Are those things mainly positive things about your business, or are they mainly negative things about your business? And I want you to be real with yourself, okay? This Zoom today is going to be pretty interactive. Silently interactive. I'm going to be asking you guys a lot of questions. So I want you guys to really reflect on those. So what are you guys thinking most in regards to your Plexus business? Guys, guess what? If you're thinking mainly negative things, okay, and some examples of negative things are you're frustrated. You're frustrated with whatever it is that you're frustrated about with your business. It could be technical. It could be your team. It could be your own personal productivity. Are you thinking of those frustrations? Are you thinking of your fears, worries, insecurities, disappointments? Are you blaming? Are you blaming left and right, up and down, sideways to the company? Are you blaming software? Are you angry? Do you have self-doubt in yourself? Are you comparing yourself to others? Are you looking left and right and going, well, oh, gosh, she's so much better than me, or if I were more like that or more like him? Are you thinking of a lot of hopes, or it sure would be nice, or maybe someday, right? Those are all negative thoughts. And those last ones that I just told you, you might not realize are negative, but they are negative. Those hopes and some days and maybe, sure, why not? Wouldn't it be great? That's actually a negative thought because you're actually putting it out there that it couldn't happen, right? So when you think of those things, then those are the things that your business is going to have, okay? And it's going to have those things around your business if all you're thinking of is negative now and until you change your thoughts, okay? So I know I just asked you guys what your majority thoughts were, but did you know that for every 1 negative thought that you have, it outweighs 10 positive ones? Okay, I'm going to be real with you for a second. I don't know that is scientific proof, but we're going to go with it for a second because I do know that every negative thought significantly outweighs positive thoughts. I've been around the block long enough. I have read so many books on this. It is a fact. 1 negative thought can outweigh so many positive ones. Okay, so don't let those negative thoughts creep in. So we're going to do a silent mini challenge right now. I want you guys to close your eyes, and I want you guys to try and find some quiet in your heart, some quiet in your mind, and I want you guys to ask yourself this: what is my biggest personal fear or weakness that I tell myself regarding my own business? Is it that you think you can't do it? Is it that you think you're not a worthy leader? Is it that you don't think you can influence others well? Is it that you think you've run out of people to talk to? Is it that you don't think that you truly deserve this success? Is it that you think you've grown too tired and you're starting to doubt that this can actually happen for you? What is that biggest personal fear or weakness that you're telling yourself? Now I want you to write it down. Okay? Now, I want you to ask yourself the question, why, after you've answered it. Okay? So maybe, for example, you don't think you're a strong enough leader. I want you to ask yourself, why? And answer that. Okay, for example, because my downline has a really strong leadership and I feel like people listen to others more than they listen to me. Okay? And then I want you to dig one step further. I want you to ask yourself, how can I work on that? Or how can I change that? Okay, so do you see how I took it several different layers? That's where I want you guys to focus. And I want you guys to focus on that last question. How can I work on or change that? Because you guys have it in yourself to do that, to change it. Okay? But only you know what that root level thing is. Guys, it is all about mindset. It's in your mind. All of it is in your mind. All of your success and all of your failures will come straight from here, straight from your mind. You know your own answers if you dig deep enough. You know what you need to be working on most. You know if your thoughts are helping you or hurting you. Key point there. You know if your thoughts are helping you or if they're hurting you. Did you know that mindset also either helps or hurts your team? Your mindset can help or hurt your own team. Your team can pick up quickly on your mindset. In a heartbeat, they can know where you're at. So ask yourself, do you honestly want your team to have the mindset that you currently have? Right? Would you want your entire team to have the mindset that you have now about yourself, about the company, about the products, about this opportunity? Yes, no? That is a great way to check yourself throughout this journey. Okay? It's so easy to tell others that they should have an amazing mindset, that they're capable, that this is doable, that they have potential. So why do we settle for less for ourselves? Right? Have the mindset. Live and breathe the mindset that you want your teammates to have. Trust me, whatever you think will become. Trust me on this. I have done this long enough. Right? Whatever you think will become. So please trust me on that. So I want you guys to start knowing that you're already an Emerald Ambassador. Okay? Now, some of you that might be easy. Some of you that might be hard for you guys, but I want you to know it in here that you're already an Emerald Ambassador. You just need those points to catch up to you. You just need your skill level to bump up to an Emerald. You're already one. It's a date out in the future before it happens. But you've got to know it. You've got to know it completely. I want you guys to quit knocking yourself down with your own mindset. So I want you guys to work on your mindset. So here are some tips on how to work on it. So get out your pen and paper real quick. There's 2 things that I highly suggest that you do both of them to work on your mindset. I also encourage that even if you think your mindset's great, we all can improve our mindset, and mindset is the core of all 4 cores, okay? So I really want you guys to work on this. So the first thing is I want you to go to Google, and I want you to search this, 100 positive thinking exercises that will make any patient healthier and happier. 100 positive thinking exercises that will make any patient healthier and happier. And the first link that's going to pop up is going to be by rncentral.com. I want you to click on that. There are over 100 different things you can do right there that can tweak and change your mindset over time. It's a great list for you guys to look at. I want you to read it, and not just read it. I want you to apply it, okay? The second thing is I want you guys to buy the book called What to Say When You Talk to Yourself. What to Say When You Talk to Yourself by Shad Helmstetter. It's an oldie. I think it was written in the 80s or something like that, so it's going to look like an older book. But guys, read that. Take notes and apply it. It is not just it's not just a business changer, but it is a life changer. That is such an important book. Read it with a friend. Read it with a group. It significantly changed my mindset and helped my team change theirs. So that was a turning point in my business when I did a book study with that. All right, so we've talked about belief. Let's move on to the second core. We've talked about mindset. Let's move on to the second core, which is belief. Okay, so mindset plays a huge role in belief, okay? As I mentioned a few moments ago, I want you guys to start knowing without a doubt that you are an Emerald Ambassador. That is belief, okay? That is belief. But you've got to have the right mindset to get to that level of belief, right? Do you follow so far? Shake your head if you're following with that. Yeah? Okay. So what's the difference in the two? Mindset is a person's way of thinking and their opinions which dictate their actions. Mindset is a person's way of thinking and their opinions which dictate their actions. Okay, if that in and of itself, that one sentence doesn't make you want to change your mindset, then I don't know what would, right? It's dictating your actions. But belief is an idea that you are certain is true. A strong feeling that it is true, it's real, it's already in existence. That's what belief is, okay? So here's my thoughts on belief, okay? Your belief needs to be or become so palpable, so touchable, so in your face that your team and your non-Plexus audience wouldn't for 1 second doubt your commitment and belief and this side of insane passion for Plexus. Okay? Have you ever met somebody that you can feel their passion for something? I mean, it's inspiring, right? You can feel their passion when you start to talk to them about whatever topic that they're passionate about. You can see it oozing out of them, and their face becomes just rosy with excitement, right? I want you to think of a Latin female dancer, a ballroom dancer, and she's dancing on the ballroom floor, and you can literally see the passion from her fingertips to her toes, to the way she swishes her hair. That's passion. You can see it. I want you to think of Ellen DeGeneres. She stands for kindness to all. She has become synonymous with the word kind and giving. She is so passionate about it. That's what she's built her life around. Think of Walt Disney. He was told no so many different times, guys. And look what his passion literally brought to life. Think of J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. She was also told no an enormous amount of times. And hello, the magical world of Harry Potter, followed by millions worldwide. Guys, passion and sold out belief is what they wanted, what they envisioned, what they stood for, and look what became of them. Look what culture and movement that they created. So does your team and your audience see similar passion in you regarding Plexus? Or do they see wishy-washy? Do they say wishy-washy leadership, wishy-washy belief, wishy-washy commitment? Or do they say strength and passion, commitment and belief? Right? I want you guys to know that you can also be passionate without being annoying. I don't even want you guys to go there in your mind. I want you guys to sell out. Don't be afraid of selling out and being passionate from your heart. People are going to see that genuineness come from your heart. So I want you guys to take another pulse test with me. You need to have unwavering belief in 3 different things. The first thing you need to have unwavering belief in is this company. Do you have belief in this company and the opportunity in front of you? Do you really have belief in it? Right? If you have some doubts, go watch some diamond documentaries. Go read someone else's financial testimony. Go talk to your nearest diamond so they can fill you with belief and tell you personal stories, or maybe conversations that they've had with someone at corporate that made them feel good. Maybe you need that. Surround yourself with successful Plexus ambassadors. That was key for me in my journey. I was friends with everyone I could be, but I surrounded myself with those that were successful in this business. It it trickles on you. Their excitement, their energy, their belief, their commitment, it trickles in you. So surround yourself with successful Plexus ambassadors. The second thing you need to have belief in are these products. Do you have belief in all of our products and our ingredients? Honestly, do you have belief in them? Are you struggling with them personally? Then I want you to change up your routine. Get more serious with your water and regimen. Eat better. Watch what happens when you do that. Read testimonials of other people. Ask your customers who love the product and your teammates what these products have helped them with. Here's an even better one. Put on your team page a post that says, how has Plexus helped you? And see what comments you get. Not only are you going to get to read those, but your entire team's going to get to read them. It's going to build everyone's belief. But guess what else you get to do? You get to sit back and think quietly, okay, that all of these responses, all of these comments on my team page were caused by one single ripple. And that's you. Everyone on your team page is there because of you in some form of degree. You helped change these lives. Do you understand how important you are in this world by sharing these products? The last thing you need to have belief in is yourself. Do you have sold out belief in yourself? Like from your core, like your heart of hearts, belief in yourself that you can do this. When I decided to work this business, I never once doubted that I would be diamond at some point. It was not me being cocky. It was me being confident, sold out. I was going to do it no matter what hurdles I'd have to jump through. I was going to do it. No matter what I had to teach myself. Guys, I took so much self-initiative and read so much. How do you think I know so much about network marketing? I took self-initiative and read everything that I could and developed my skills and my strengths so that I knew I would one day be a diamond. Are you doing that? Right? I didn't know when, but I knew that I would. Now, yes, I've had low points in my journey. I almost quit. I don't know if I would have quit, but yes, I was on the floor crying at one point. I almost quit. Dave was the one that picked me up off the floor and said, no, you're not quitting. You're a stubborn woman. I love you for it. We're doing it. But I'm not talking about that. We all have low points, right? And that's okay. Find an accountability partner to pick you up off that ground. But I'm talking in your heart of heart. Do you know that you are a diamond in your heart, in your capabilities, in your potential, in your skills, in your self-initiative to learn? You must have this belief in yourself. Because without belief in yourself, guys, here's some brutal honesty. This won't happen for you. Emerald won't happen for you. Diamond won't happen for you. I have witnessed some of the most capable people limit their own ranks time and time again. And that's the hardest part of this job for me, right? I can lead you to water, but I can't force you to drink it, right? I, or your upline, can tell you time and time again how much belief we have in you. But if you don't believe in yourself, then it's all for naught. You have got to figure out how to develop your self-belief and sell out to that self-belief so strong that no one, no thing, no power in this world can change it. Okay? I want you guys to Google how to build self-belief. There's some awesome tips that are going to pop up on that. Tons. Take an hour and just go down a rabbit hole and read different articles about how to build your self-belief. Certain things will stick out to you because you need it. Read that. My number one favorite activity that I have my team do when I feel like they're struggling with self-belief is affirmations, okay? So I want you to write down, this is another little thing I want you guys to do, a challenge for you guys, is I want you to write down 3 positive affirmations about yourself and say them at least 3 times a day out loud to yourself, or even better, out loud to another person, maybe a child, a spouse, a friend, an accountability partner. But at minimum 3 times a day. Those that I've seen that have the most success with this are doing it 10 times a day. They're putting it on the dashboard of their car and reading it. It's on their back, their screensaver on their phone. It's on their desktop. It's on their bathroom mirror. It's in their shower. They are seeing it all the time. I've had people that self-record on their phone, and right before they go to bed, they play their own self saying these affirmations to themselves. Affirmations are so important. So what 3 affirmations? Okay, here's some tips. The first one needs to be a positive affirmation about who you are. Okay, here's an example. I am a strong, influential leader in Plexus where many people begin action and see success. I am a strong, influential leader in Plexus where many people begin action and see success. The second affirmation, the second type of affirmation that you need is one about what you attract. What you attract. Okay, so maybe let's say you're struggling to attract business builders and your team is too. Here's a great affirmation. I attract influential business builders to my team, and my team is booming in growth. Okay, I attract influential business builders to my team, and my team is booming in growth. And the third affirmation that I want you guys to write about is one about what you want. Okay, but don't phrase it in the way that it's going to be in the future. I want you to phrase it in present tense, as if you already have it. So here's an example. I am an Emerald Ambassador with Plexus Worldwide. Period. Imagine if you said those 3 affirmations to yourself multiple times in a day. Imagine how your mindset will change in 30 days. Imagine how your business will change in 30 days, because when your mind changes, your actions change. When your actions changes, your present changes. Your life changes, okay? All right, so this leads me to the third core, recruitment, okay? The big R word, recruitment. Okay, so I'm going to tell you something not to gloat, but to give you some backing on why I'm so passionate about this and why I believe I have some important tips on this. I've personally sponsored probably well over 250 level 1s. I don't know the exact number. I have gone fast track gold on my second position, my second diamond leg in 17 days. So how do I recruit so well, and why does this matter? Why is this a core to my business? Personal recruitment. All right. Well, the first thing is you must have the mindset and belief in your own recruiting abilities, right? So we've talked about mindset, we've talked about belief. If you don't have those 2 things, guess what's going to struggle? Recruitment. What is recruitment? It's getting people to bring them to action, influence them to do something that you want. If you don't have a solid mindset for your own business and belief in yourself and your own business, why would anybody join you? And without recruitment, guess what you don't have? You don't have a business. Right? So you need mindset and belief in your own recruiting abilities to be a good recruiter. Okay? So you must know that you are recruiting someone to something amazing. You must know that in your heart of hearts. You must know that you're bringing them to something that's amazing. You must know that they're going to eventually join. I have never once, not once, had someone not join that I knew. I was like, they are joining my team. Whether it is 5 months from now, 5 days from now, they have joined my team that I wanted to join my team. It's because I knew they would eventually come around. You must know that you have the ability to influence them positively and bring them to action. You just got to know these things. It's the belief, right? You must know and have the confidence that you attract people to your life and your business. Okay? This is called attraction marketing. I want you guys to write that down. And I want you guys to take some self-initiative and Google attraction marketing. Learn what that is, because guys, it is truth. It works. It is how you need to appropriately attract people to your business, right? They're going to be attracted to how you live your life, your happiness, the things that you do, how healthy you are, how happy you are, how energetic you are. Attraction marketing, right? Okay. So why does recruitment matter at this level of the game for you guys? I would argue that it matters the most at this level of the game for you guys, even more so than when you started your business. And here's why. Your team is watching and following your lead. When was the last time your team saw you welcome somebody to the page? Did they see you doing that monthly? Do they see you doing that several times a month? Guess what? The more you welcome, the more they're going to welcome. Period. If you aren't leading on the forefront then why in the world would you expect your team to do anything more than what you're currently doing? How could you expect that of them? How could you expect your team to grow at all, really, if you're not doing it yourself and showing them, leading by example? And particularly, how do you think your levels 1 through 3, which is how you get to Emerald, if you're not recruiting, how in the world do you think your levels 1 through 3 are going to grow? Right? You have got to be going silver every single month, or at the very bare minimum, striving super hard to go silver every single month. What do I mean by that? Sponsoring 3 new ambassadors every month. Okay, and I know right now, probably 75% of you guys that were just listening quickly had an excuse pop up in their head as to why they couldn't do that. Right? I bet most of you did. I want you to take that excuse and throw it in the trash. There are 0 excuses. I've been doing this for 3 years, and I've missed maybe 2 months out of this whole time of going silver every single month. You never run out of people. You never run out of the skill set. You never run out of time to do this. It teaches your team good habits, best business practices. It ensures longevity of your business. It helps you go wide, which means your 1 through 3s are thicker, which means you get to the ranks that you want more solid. Your paycheck is better. You have a solid foundational growth on your team. You have a more solid business. Okay? There are no excuses. Point blank, period. Okay? If you're providing excuses for yourself, guess what? So is your team. Your team can pick up when you give excuses. So do you want your team giving you excuses? No, probably not, right? If you are providing excuses to yourself, I'm going to say something else that's pretty brutally, painfully honest. If you're giving yourself excuses right now, then you're not really being a true leader. Okay? It's time to cut that out. It's time to bless and release those excuses. It's time to do the action you wish to see of your team as far as recruitment and income producing activity. And guys, I am not talking about motivational posts on your team page. I'm not talking about little team contests. I'm not talking about posting your 1 to 2 posts on Facebook a day about Plexus. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about getting out there, making new friends, giving samples, friending new people on Facebook, meeting new following up with people, gaining new customers and ambassadors, building your foundational business, customers, ambassadors, level 1s, helping your level 1s go silver and gold. Guys, that is leading by example. Okay? Real activity, not surface level, look at me being active activity. Not management mode activity. I'm talking real activity. Okay, and that brings me to my last point, my last core, which is culture. Okay, so I want you to take a moment and think of your team right now. What kind of culture does your team page have? Is it a positive one? Is it kind of a dramatic, whiny, negative culture on your team page? Is it unhealthily competitive? Is it an unhealthy positive one? And yes, that does exist. What is an unhealthy positive team culture? Let me explain. An unhealthy positive team culture is one where it's nothing but motivational little graphics and posts, and it's happy, and it's nothing but helpful, happy, rainbows and unicorns type of deal, where everyone loves everyone, and that's good, that's great, but no one is actually doing anything productive, right? If you fall into that trap of an unhealthy, positive one, it's where everybody is fine with being where they're at. They're complacent and happy. I want you and your team to be uncomfortable with where you are. Get uncomfortable. You are worth more than where you're at. Your team is worth more than where they're at. All right, guys, I want you to believe that. Team culture is one of the most important things you need when having or when leading a larger team where you guys are at this point. It needs to have a sense of urgency, unity, community. Healthy competition. Get people rallied up with each other so they're inspiring each other to do more. Healthy competition. Pride in who they are. Pride for being on your team. My team's called the Slim Jims. Jims, Gems for the stone. We are proud to be Slim Jims, right? Is your team proud to be on your team page, right? Do they have a pride in who they are, what they represent, and do they have a common purpose together? All legs underneath your team need to know each other and support each other. It shouldn't be this leg only knows their leg and this leg only knows their leg. No, make it a myriad of a community where people are connected where they build their loyalty. When you have that, people are more likely to stay for longer and less likely to leave for something that seems to be better on the other side. They're also more successful. There's tons of studies done on that. Team culture can create an amazing snowball effect or a paralyzing effect on your team. So what does your team page look like? Is it semi-active, only happy, motivational, one post a day with no real content? That will completely dictate how your team performs. What would you imagine a team culture like that would do for your team? Right? Not so much, right? Not so much. But what about one that's got team challenges, that's getting them to do bursts of activity, real activity, team training videos that's coming from you? Guys, if you want to be an influential leader, then start acting like one. Train them. Be positive in your own abilities. You know what? I started training my team before I knew what I was doing, but I did it anyway, and I ended up teaching myself and them at the same time. I've never done this before. Guys, be the leader that you want to be. Train them, do videos, do book studies with them. Get your team involved with one another and build their self-development. Do daily IPA blasts, motivational posts that give them truth, but also honesty, vulnerability, authenticity. This ain't going to be easy, guys. Tell your team that. Get them to see the transparency in your leadership. Okay? Get people off their behinds and active. A team culture where everyone feels a sense of belonging and urgency and is inspired to do more every single month, and they goal set and they hit it every single month. Imagine what a team culture like that would do for your team. What would that look like? You know, the beauty in all of this is you have 100% control over this. You have control over your team culture, right? Ask yourself this lastly about your team culture. What kind of quality of materials are you posting and providing for your team? Right? I see a lot of team pages just posting to post. Okay, I made my post on my team page today, but there was no content, quality content to it that inspired, that taught, that brought people to action. So what kind of quality are you providing to your team? Are you doing ones that teach, train, inspire, and bring everyone together? Or are you encouraging other leaders that are strong on your team to also post on your team page and showcase their abilities and let them rise to the occasion, build them up to be a leader on your team, showcase them, spotlight them? Do you know how much that would mean to a leader on your team to be able to shine on the larger team page? Watch their performance increase when you allow them to do that. Or say, hey, you're really good at this. Could you make a post for our team page? Do you know how special that would make somebody feel and propel them? Or are you monopolizing your own page? Is it just you posting? Right? Team culture can propel or paralyze your growth. So guys, in conclusion, you've got your mindset, you've got your belief, you've got your recruitment, and culture. Those are the 4 cores you need to analyze right now. Analyze those about your own self. Analyze those about where your team is. Take a team pulse check on these 4 cores. Where are you on these 4 cores? When you work on those 4 foundations, guys, you're going to have a solid one. And a solid foundation can weather any storm. I promise you. Thank you guys so much for having me on. Thank you for listening. And I really hope it helped.
Oh my gosh. Well, I can say that that is exactly what I needed to hear tonight. And I can't tell you how many messages I've had since we've been on this call telling me that people are crying and emotional over this call. So thank you. That is exactly what we needed.
I'm speechless.
I kind of am too. Do you mind if we open it up for questions? Do you have time? Okay.
Of course, yes, of course.
Does anybody have any questions or anything that they want to add, or, we're all kind of speechless here. I think.
Hi, Tara. This is Sarah Bowen Lewis, and I'm sorry I just interrupted you.
Hi, Sarah.
Hi. Sorry, I look crazy. I don't have a cute little hat to put on, but I need one.
Well, you don't want to see what's underneath it.
You mentioned that you have IPA blasts. What kind of IPA blasts do you do on your team page?
So that could be something like, and I just kind of created a little buzzword with that IPA blast, but it could be as, a 24-hour challenge of, okay, let's send out 5 cold messages today, or comment below if you've posted about Plexus today, and everybody goes, me, 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 and we go and comment and love on each other's posts. Or maybe it's a follow-up Friday, or follow-up Tuesday, follow-up Monday, whatever you want to make it, and we do a team challenge of, okay, follow up with at least 10 people. If you do that, comment me, and you're entered to win a drawing of a free sample or a free product or a water bottle or whatever. Little just quick daily activities that get people moving is what I call an IPA blast.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, anybody else? If you have any questions, you can feel free to unmute yourself, or you can even ask in the chat box.
I see Lori Sowers. Did I pronounce that right? I see that you bought that book that I mentioned earlier today about the what to say to yourself. That's awesome. Oh, there it is. That's it. That's the one. Yes, 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 yes. I'm so excited for you to read that. Take note. Really, really, really try and that book is one that you don't want to just skim. You really want to think about what he's saying and think about what you think of naturally during the day. I'm really excited for you to read that.
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm really excited to start it.
Awesome.
Hey, Tara, I have a quick question.
Yes.
It's actually in regards to December and the holidays. Do you have a tip on your approach that you use for the holiday season for potentials?
Following up is really key because people are super busy during the holidays. You also want to be respectful of their time during the holidays. But I like to just, usually around the holidays, what they're needing or wanting Plexus for. So, for example, you've got a potential and they've been kind of talking to you. They came to you about Plexus because they just feel like blah. I may post on my wall more about not feeling blah anymore. So I may target my personal posts to them and their need, because if I'm talking to them via chat, they're probably going to be seeing my posts as well. It's just the way Facebook connects you. I also just, I comment on their holiday posts a lot. Oh, I love that picture. I'm trying to maintain that relationship first and foremost over Plexus to make sure that they know that I'm their friend. I truly do care about them and their holiday and connecting with them and their family. But I also, I tend to get a little real around the holidays too with my follow-ups and say, hey girl, the holidays are hard. Let me help you with this. I know you're super swamped. Let me just get you started on these products. Just trust me, you're going to feel so much better. Sometimes I'm a little bit more blunt because I know for me, I'm space cadet during the holidays. Right now, I was trying to order from somebody for Cyber Monday who's also in another MLM to support her. And finally, I just sent her a message. I said, this, and this, and this. Can you order it for me? I'm space cadet. Sometimes people are just space cadets during the holidays. So sometimes being a little bit more blunt helps. Mm-hmm. Does that help answer your question?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I love that.
Okay.
Be more bold, pretty much.
Yeah, that was a much simpler way to answer that. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
I think I actually have one. Do you do a lot of cold messaging, or do you focus more on building relationships first and then talking about Plexus?
That's a really wonderful, wonderful question, and I could do a whole call on that, honestly. There is an art to cold messaging. I believe that relationships are first and foremost the most important thing. However, every relationship that you have in your life is a little different, right? You're going to have acquaintances and you're going to have true friends or best friends or family friends, right? So let's, for example, I'm going to give you a couple of examples. Let's say that I'm friends on Facebook with somebody who maybe I don't even remember how I met them, but we just happen to be friends on Facebook, right? We all have those. But you see that they're very, very influential on Facebook. And you mainly know them through Facebook, right? We all have friends like that too, right? So it's more of an acquaintance. I might boldly just message them and say, hey girl, I've been following you. It's funny, I can't remember how I met you in person or something goofy. And I might be bold with them. But let's, for example, say that it was my best friend in middle school that I lost contact with. I might connect more with them on their personal posts a little bit more, not to be fake in that, but to genuinely stir up my own heart's emotions on why I was best friends with that person and I lost contact, or maybe even be like, hey, I really truly would love to connect with you. How have you been? I see that you've got 2 babies. Oh my gosh, we haven't seen each other. And then Plexus is going to naturally come up in that conversation. So truly rekindling relationships is going to be important. If it was always an acquaintance, I might boldly cold message them. If it's a best friend, or a really close best friend, I might go to their house and open up their computer and say, hey, you're joining my team today. So you see what I'm saying? There's different ways you can do that. But I think it all measures on the relationship that you had in the first place, because it always boils down to that initial relationship that you had, if that makes sense.
Yes, it does. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Okay, does anybody else have any more questions? All right, well, if nobody has any more questions, I'm going to go put my Christmas tree up. So I hope you all have a wonderful night, and thank you, Tara, so much for hopping on tonight. We really appreciate it.
Oh, I'm honored to do it. Thank you for asking me, and I hope you guys have a wonderful and productive holiday season.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.